Hello, my dear students, grade 10. Welcome again. I am Mr. Ahmed Said from Makshan School. Under the supervision of Mr. Ashraf Abul Ala, I am going to explain a piece of grammar from Unit 2, Semester 2, which is forming questions. First, let's read the learning objectives. Students will be able to: Number 1, learn how to form a question. Number 2, identify the difference between WH question and yes or no question. Types of questions. We have two types of question: WH question and yes or no question. Now, let's learn how to form a WH question. A WH question starts with WH word, then an auxiliary verb, then the subject, then the main verb. Let's have an example. When does she eat breakfast? We start the question with WH question word when. Then an auxiliary verb does. Then the subject is she. Then the main verb is eat. Breakfast is a complement. When we answer a question like this, we start with the subject, then comes the verb. The verb in the question with does is in the infinitive. And when we answer, we put the verb in the present simple. So we add is to the verb after she. Now, let's read some examples of WH questions. What do you eat for breakfast? Where did Ahmed go yesterday? How long have you been learning English? What are they doing at the moment? Why do we learn English? As you can see from these examples, we start the questions with WH question word. What, where, how long, what, why. Then comes an auxiliary verb. Do, did, have, are, do. Then comes the subject. You, Ahmed, you, they, we. Then comes the main verb. Eat, go, been learning, doing, learn. Then comes a complement. Breakfast yesterday, English, at the moment, English. Question words. What? Asks about things, animals, or actions. Example: what do you eat for breakfast? I eat cheese and eggs. Where? Asks about places. Example: where have you been? I have been to the library. When and what time? Ask about time. Example: when do you get up? I get up at 7 o'clock. Why? Asks about reason. Example: why are you crying? Because I have lost my wallet. Who and whose ask about people. Example: who is your English teacher? Mr. Ahmed is our English teacher. How asks about the way things done. Example: how do you go to school? I go to school on foot. How many asks about numbers. Example: how many sisters have you got? I've got 3 sisters. How long asks about length or period of time. Example: how long have you been waiting? I have been waiting for 2 hours. How much asks about quantity and price. Example: how much is your new dress? It's 150 pounds. Now, let's learn how to form a yes or no question. The yes or no question starts with an auxiliary verb, then comes the subject, then the main verb, then the complement. Let's have an example. Is she reading? Is the auxiliary verb, she is the subject, reading is the main verb. We answer this question with yes or no. Is she reading? Yes, she is. Or is she reading? No, she isn't. Now, let's read some examples of yes or no questions. Do you go to the gym? Will they visit the pyramids tomorrow? Are you playing computer games? Have you finished your homework yet? Did Ahmed see yesterday's film? Now, we are going to learn the auxiliary verbs, which are number 1, do, does. Do, does are used when we are asking in the present simple. Did is used in the past simple. Will when we ask in the future. Am is are for present continuous. Was or were for past continuous. Have or has for present perfect. Had for past perfect. And we can also use the modal verbs to ask a yes or no question, like would, can, must, might, may. These are modal verbs. Let's have another example. Choose the correct answer from A, B, C, or D. Number 1, where space you go yesterday? I went to the cinema. Number A, does. B, is. C, did. D, have. Yes, that's right, did. Did is used when we ask about the past simple. This question is in the past simple. because of yesterday. Number 2, space, are you so happy? Because I have passed the test. A, when? B, who? C, where? D, why? Yes, that's right. Why? We use why when the answer starts with because. Number 3, does Salim space Egyptian food? Yes, he does. A, like. B, liking. C, likes. D, liked. Yes, that's right. Like. We use the infinitive when we ask with does or did. Number 4, how space friends do you have? I have 5 friends. A, long. B, many. C, much. D, old. Yes, that's right. Many. We use many to ask about numbers. There is a number in the answer. 5 friends. Read the following dialogue and fill in the spaces. Ahmed, where have you been, Ala? Ala, space. Ahmed, space. Ala, I read a book about animals. Ahmed, do you like playing computer games? Ala, space. I often play it with my sister. Now, after we have read the whole dialogue, we are going to answer the questions. First question, Ahmed asks, where have you been, Ala? Ala should answer, I have been to the library. That's right. Next one, Ahmed asks a question. Ala answers, I read a book about animals. What is the question? Yes, that's right. What did you read? Next one, do you like playing computer games? What should Ala's answer be? Yes, that's right. Yes, I do. Thank you for listening.